Check, check. 1 2 1 2. Check, check. 1 2 1 2. The broadcast has officially begun. Steph Saucy Talk makes his return on a Sunday discussing Jonathan Majors. And not only that, plenty more because I have my Nike sportswear on. It's going to make a lot of sense why I'm wearing this today. This is Steph Saucy Talk. Some call me Steph, some call me Saucy, but you know the broadcast is not the same. We're going to have a good time today. I got something new that I'm implementing on Steph Saucy Talk that I'm going to be continuing to do each and every week now. Now that it's starting to get more livelier, I'm starting to get more topics and so forth and so on. So thank you for tuning in as we continue to bring more people into the stream right here on YouTube and on Instagram. Thank you for joining me. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Your boy was outside last night. I had a great time. I was partying. Yes, not only Saucy works Monday through Friday, but he gets, out every so often here and there just to have a good time and party up and stuff like that. So look, thank you to all my people out here. Steph Saucy Talk is continuing to go into 2024 or in 2024 with some great news, great commentary. The characters, of course, as you know, on both platforms, are starting to become a likable, character. Where you see Steph Saucy at night, then you see my guy B Money during the day. Yes, I really do these jobs. All right, you know what I'm saying? I am a blue collar worker and I'm a DJ and radio personality. So it's lit. It's lit from all the way on. Let's continue to get the broadcast started. Right now, with my intro, you know how we doing intro. We like to have fun with it. Um, yep, Steph Saucy Talk. As someone is reaching out to me right now, trying to get my attention, I'm gonna have to get back to them in just a second. Ready? Here we go. Steph Saucy Talk is about to play the intro to one of the greatest shows in North America. Let's go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Run that back. Go, baby, we live. 4, 3, 2, 1. Too much sauce. I got it.
It's about to get real saucy.
You are listening right now. Steph Saucy Talk.
Yeah, and it is Steph Saucy Talk on Sunday, January 14th, 2024. As I mentioned, we're back for another live video / weekly recap because this week it was fun, but serious at the same time. We had news on Tiger Woods ending his partnership with Nike, which is unbelievable. You would think like Tiger and Nike are like a match made in heaven. You can't have one without the other. They started their own Nike golf division because of him. But we'll get to that later in the show. Also, Jonathan Majors is in the headlines again. But this time he finally speaks out. He tells his side of the story. So what do we know, people? It's an ongoing case still, but he has been guilty, as I've written down, assaulting and harassing his ex. All right? So that's a big deal. Now, a lot of people are not taking too kindly to his interview on ABC News. Rightfully so. Jonathan Majors comes out after, of course, having Megan Good on his side, which was kind of interesting that a girl like him all of a sudden is just his girlfriend now. And he's receiving a lot of backlash because he's comparing Megan Good to Coretta Scott King. Coretta Scott King, who was with the late, great Honorable Martin Luther King Jr., that is really a bold statement to say. And of course, he hasn't been liked just for that instance, obviously, with his whole case going on. But just right there alone, that was one of the headlines from his interview with ABC News, which was not a good look for him. But just to get to the bottom of this, as we're following this case, we're following what's going on. Now, you may ask, Saucy, what do you think? Well, I think, of course, those actions made by Jonathan Majors, as we have seen the photos of his ex-girlfriend who has been abused, I'm pretty sure they're true. But I do feel like he's innocent. And I'm not saying innocent of the charges, but innocence, watch this, of association. Yeah, association, being involved with this woman, right? I think that's the biggest thing you have to understand. Being involved with a partner is one of the hardest things you have to do, especially when you're a known name guy like Jonathan Majors, right? He's been in acting, films, Marvel. He was in Creed earlier last year. He was on the TV show last year. So we were starting to get to know him, starting to get to, really like this guy. He's a black African-American man doing his thing in Hollywood. Now, is he the cream of the crop of actors? You probably will disagree. He's not. I think he is. I think he was just getting up there until this came out. So we're looking at this situation that I said he's innocent by association, being involved with someone like her. All right. And I think that's the hardest thing as a man to deal with the woman. And especially when you got, the whole emotional aspect that comes with it. So I feel like it's not his fault that he's a known name figure in this industry. And then by him being, targeted by certain people because she had infidelities about him, he probably was texting other women. And according to my sources, which I was looking up online, Jonathan Majors sent her a text. This is a claim that he sent her a text saying that it was officially over between the two. So then after that, this is all obviously earlier last year in 2023. We're in 2024 now. So back then, he sends her that text, according to his defense attorney who's representing him, saying that it's officially over. But they also say she came to his apartment building and called his cell phone over 30 times because of that heartbreaking text. We all have been a victim to it. All right. We might not like the way how relationships go, but sometimes they go as they go. There's no right or wrong way to approach it. And as a man, you cannot take it no more. So that's why I feel like his innocence in that aspect is something that you have to feel for the man. Dealing with that roller coaster of a relationship. And I get it. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to her. But there's no such thing as fairness in life. That's all fairy tales. All right, it's right and wrong. It's your truth and the real truth. Sometimes your truth may not add up to the other person's truth. So as we're getting more involved with these news and the evidence that is coming to the public, I feel like this guy right here, man, he shouldn't have been involved with her. I mean, just look at how she got involved with him. They met each other on the set of a film that he was one of the lead actors in, the Ant-Man and the Wasp Man. All right, so that's how they met each other. So, it's pretty unfortunate that he is with a person that is a no-name, nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's just a regular chick that obviously they got together with each other, which is kind of crazy to even think, like, you're a highly influential man. What does she offer you? What else does she offer you, man? Except being in the limelight with you, having you along the side. That's the only thing that's going to be beneficial from that. And shout out to the big bro, Ant1. So it's not right, man. I mean, just looking at all the evidence that I've been seeing, obviously the pictures have been shown that he's been beaten up, cut, bruised, and she's also been beaten up and bruised. So it's not really adding up to a point where it's like, look, man, the charges are what they are, But at the end of the day, dealing with the infidelities that she had that came along with the problems is the only reason. And I look at this now. The reason why he got arrested, his defense attorney said that she went crazy one day. She had an emotional crisis. Listen to this, an emotional crisis where she had to be checked into the hospital until a point where NYPD had to come and arrest Majors. And we seen the video too of Majors escaping that SUV, being chased by her. And like I said in my videos, he does not want to be the victim. And as I said, also, the public is looking for a scapegoat. So it's real crazy to even think like, damn, this guy, he's not gonna recover from this. I think personally his career will never be back to the top where he was originally was, and it's gonna all go down because of this situation. But let me remind you folks, this is serious. I know people that have been in domestic violence, abusive relationships. I do not condone that. Let me just say that first and foremost. I understand that, that's a serious thing, man. And I couldn't imagine myself being in that. I've never been in that any type of relationship like that. So that's why I say what I say. And shout out to my YouTube right now. We got G Andy checking in. So that's why I say, yo, being in these relationships is hard. I'd rather date than to personally be in a relationship. Because you know why? I get the satisfaction knowing that at the end of the day, I do not have to know that you are my girl and that you ain't got to worry about what I got going on, and that when we link up is when we link up. I don't have to deal with everything that comes with it. So that's why I am what I am right now. And I'm in the position that I am right now. So Marvel dropped him instantly. And he also was about to play Dennis Rodman, the biopic, 48 Hours in Las Vegas. They dropped him from that too. So it's a whole roller coaster going on. It's going downhill for Jonathan Majors. And like I said, innocent by association. That should be the headline for today. Not the fact that he's guilty of his charges, but the fact that being involved with this woman, knowing that she has nothing to bring to the table except what God has given her, and using that to her advantage to ultimately make him go down. Is anyone in agreement with that? Let's just be honest. We've seen this type of situation previously in other relationships in Hollywood where the person is convicted of certain assaults and stuff like that. And it's because they trying to bring down the man on top, man. And it's unfortunate enough that you have to experience these type of things, but it happens. It really does happen a lot, man. So that's why I feel like this situation, as I keep continuing to follow it, and 2 and 2 is starting to add up about how ultimately we have gotten to this conclusion of Majors coming to speak out to us, letting us know about this woman. And of course, neither confirming or denying her, bruises, scars, or whatever that you have on her, which is also obviously a bad look. But I'm sure his defense probably told him to say that in the interview when they know they were gonna get that question to be asked. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, it's real. It's a funny situation, and you know that when you have people that are gonna be in your ear, they're gonna tell you to do these type of things to make yourself cover up. You have to do that, and we all get it. It's a big case, and it is someone that was one of the top actors in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? As far as a black actor, and now he's going down. He's going down in the flames. He's bursting. I don't think we can recover from this. I mean, his sentencing is in February, and the judge has the opportunity to give him up to a year in prison. Now, will it be reduced or will he not get any time at all? All right, because I think it's not going to go in his favor whatsoever. And as we're continuing to keep looking at this situation and keep following this story, it's not looking too good, man. And I thank you for tuning in. This is Steph Saucy Talk, available on YouTube and available on Instagram. We're having a good time each and every time we on here. And like I said, I'm gonna bring up something new towards the end of the show where it's gonna leave you with something to think about. All right. I think that's the most important thing I want you to learn from each and every Steph Saucy Talk live stream is something that can keep you going during this week as we're celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. On Monday, actually, which is tomorrow. This is a big holiday weekend, you know, for a lot of people, especially in the state of Georgia where Martin Luther King was born. Everything that he dreamed of and believed is now here, right now, at the present moment, as I am speaking my truth, speaking how I feel about this opinion. And we thank Dr. King for what he has done. If it wasn't for him, who knows where America would have ended up. You know what I'm saying? So I think being a black creator like myself, I've been given this opportunity to, you know, speak how I feel on my opinions. Obviously, bring the facts too along with it because I don't want to be ignorant. You know what I'm saying? That's not my style forte. But look, man, being a black man in America is very hard. And I say that because I've experienced racial profiling, as you might have seen in my video. Back earlier last year, I posted on my Instagram and on YouTube, you know, just being someone black, just driving a nice vehicle through a neighborhood, not speeding, not being intoxicated, not being under the influence, and then just to be pulled over because the officer assumed I was speeding, right? But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get off topic, but I like to, you know, sometimes clarify certain things, you know. So that's what we do. I think what we got to do right now is drop some bombs, drop some stuff to let the people know that Steph Saucy Talk is live and in effect, baby.
Ooh, saucy.
I am saucy. I sip on a little something right now, enjoying myself on this Sunday. None of my teams are in the playoffs, of course, unfortunately. I see you, Ant. I see you, bro. I gotta continue with the program. I gotta finish what I have to say in my message, but I see you, brother. So look, Jonathan Majors, the cream of the crop actors. Do you think he's one of the best actors until this happened? That's real interesting to think about. I mean, it's unfortunate, man. I mean, I know I say this a lot that, you know, us black men, we always, you know, get targeted, we always get knocked down, and we can't recover from situations like this. So it's gonna be hard to really recover from, you know, being on top, then to all of a sudden being on the bottom. It's not fair to us. And I'm looking at Jonathan Majors and I'm saying to myself, why did you do it to yourself? Why did you have to get involved with this chick and not just be real with her? Keep it 100 with her. Be upfront with her. Right? So it's like you beating around the bush, and then now when it's your time to actually show your side of the story, people are not going to feel as sorry for you as they once did. So it's not looking right. And I got more people coming into the YouTube and on my Instagram. I thank you for tuning in. But look, man, I wanna sit here and be the one for advocate for him. But then at the same time, I also want to look at the other side of the story where maybe I'm not seeing it from a man's perspective. Maybe I can get a woman's perspective on this. Let's have a woman's perspective on this situation. Let's see. Let's see what we can get. As this is Steph Saucy Talk, broadcasting live on YouTube and on Instagram. And thank you for tuning in as we continue to roll in. Hello, hello. 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 All right. Hello. All right, so we got to get back focused to the program. You got to get focused on the program. How do you let's end this and come back as we're having some bit of a difficulty here. Apologies, people. Trying to get this right. Let's see.
There's another story.
I'm just trying to get the details figured out. Let's go. We're back. We are back. All right. Someone asked me to drop the Katt Williams truth. That's a real interesting situation, man. Because you know why? Katt Williams started off 2024 guns blazing with everything that he has said about, the truth about Hollywood, the truth about how these people became who they were. And for me to drop a gem on that is to only say that, are you not surprised? Why does it take for him to be someone to say these type of things for people to really start paying attention? Because a lot of people say, yo, Katt, he's out of character. He's wrong for calling out these people. Who's he think? He's better than people? I don't think that's what it was. He might have felt a certain type of way about people speaking down on his name, which is kind of fucked up. But he had to clarify on Shay Shay's podcast, oh, these guys are not who they say they are. So that's the truth about Katt Williams. And truth reveals itself all the time. When you're exposing people and when people are not going to like you for saying the real truth about something, oh well. And just for that interview to be shown to us on YouTube, it's crazy. Like, I was sitting in disbelief at a certain points. I'm like, yo, Katt is really going in from hip hop to comedy to people on television to executives. I mean, yo, this is beyond any other interview you've seen in the past decade, people. I mean, that's ridiculous what he has said. So, but we needed that. And we needed someone like a Shay Shay, who's a black entrepreneur, media personality, podcaster, to have that on his platform. Respect to him for that, man. I think that's one of the things we got to acknowledge.
Oh, saucy.
That was your saucy moment right there.
Oh, saucy.
Ooh, I did not expect that. But thank you for that question, man. As we continue to get back to the program, Steph Saucy Talk right here on YouTube and on Instagram. It's a Sunday, people. I need you to wake up with me. Continue your afternoon with me as we ride off into the afternoon sunset. I'm currently in New York. I mean, we got some pretty chilly weather out there wherever you're from. You know, you can comment down in the section below which state, what city you from. Is your city better than my city? I don't think so. New York, that's where I'm from. All right. As I've broken down before, if you're just now joining me, Jonathan Majors, he is guilty of assault and harassment to his ex-girlfriend, as I mentioned. Yes, do I think that he has done the things he's been convicted of? But to what extent made him do these type of things, people? Because you know there's a double standard when it comes to relationships. The guy hits the girl. He goes down. But when the girl hits the guy, she's innocent. She is not the person we should be looking at the most that made this man be in the outrage to maybe even do these type of things that he's being convicted of or he's being, guilty of. So I think that's the biggest part, I feel like, which is kind of fucked up, man. You can't do no wrong, it seems like, as a man. And I don't know what they wanted to expect from him. Just in that little 5-minute interview that we seen on ABC News, that doesn't tell it all. He's probably got more emotions, more feelings deep down inside that he cannot express to the public eye, which is unfortunate. Jonathan Majors, what else can he do? What else can he do to really clear his name, man? As next month is the actual sentencing day. Will this be the last time we hear about his name being as one of the top actors in Hollywood? Will this be the last time we actually see him have his moment of truth, his truth, and no one else's truth? It probably will be. And I'm just like, defeated at this point, because what if I end up in a relationship like that? And then I'm who I am, Steph Saucy, and they use my name just to take me down because they know who the person I am. So you got to think about, if the shoes were reversed and you had to put on those shoes, how would you feel if you were put in that situation like that? Let's be real, people. This is 2024, but people have not been different. All right. People will not change on certain topics like this. This is a very sensitive topic, people. We're talking about violence here. We're talking about choosing which side are you on. Are you in favor of Jonathan Majors or not? Me personally, like I said, I'm still in favor of him, man. I don't agree with what went down, but I also understand that he has a responsibility. He has a duty to the people to let us know his side of the story and why shit happened, why it happened. Fellas, public service announcement. Do not get involved with these women if you don't feel like it's right for you. Do not feel trapped. I think that's the biggest thing. Do not feel trapped, man. Being trapped is not good. And I say it's not good because then situations like this happen. You have no one to run to but the law. The law comes finding you first and foremost. So that's what it is, man. And I hate to keep talking about this and keep going on about this, but this is a big headline, and I want to make sure I give you my opinion on my side of the story, which I feel like, really need to be spoken about. And today, we're not only talking about Jonathan Majors, which was a big headline this week. We're also talking about my man, the legend, the GOAT himself, Tiger Woods. We know about him from his days being at Nike, right? And now he no longer has the partnership with Nike after 27 years. 27 years. Yo, that's crazy, man. To be with one company for 27 years and then to just call it off. Call it off. That's it. Tiger Woods is not doing this shit no more with Nike. I'm thinking there's a bigger bag about to come to him. Do you agree with that? I mean, I understand a lot of us don't like golf, but is Tiger Woods gonna be getting a new bag, man? And I like playing golf and I like hearing about the story, but they still don't give us a real clear reason why he left Nike. I mean, us knowing, we know he about to get more money, but it just ended so abruptly. Like, it wasn't about him being, in the public eye when he had that big cheating scandal with his wife. Remember that? And he went down. It took him a really long time to recover. But since then, he's had plenty of PGA Tour wins. He has a Masters again under his belt. But Tiger Woods was the face of Nike Golf. They created a golf division because of him. I mean, you only do that for people you really care about and really can revolutionize the sport. We all know that. So why did Nike all of a sudden just say, that's it? That's like saying LeBron tomorrow is going to end his partnership with Nike. Where the hell is he really going to go? We all know him and we all grew up wearing his brand, his product. So I just think, golf is different because obviously you have to be on the golf course to wear these type of things, which a lot of us ain't doing, especially us minorities. It's hard for us to get into some golf shit to do. It's expensive at times, and to really practice to be good at it, I think that's the biggest part we have to understand about that. That's a real big deal. So I feel like Tiger Woods, man, if I was in his shoes, man, ain't no telling what I would have did with that big bag. That guy right there, he had a tough time, I think, dealing with not only his talent being as great as he was, winning all those tournaments, but still having that personal life. Let's put the profession aside. You know how hard it is to have a personal life when you dealing with millions of dollars, when you got women coming at you, people coming at you, family coming at you, friends coming at you. And then you wonder why these guys are always getting in trouble. You wonder why these women got infidelities with these dudes. It's because of shit like that. When you popping and when you have a name for yourself, that shit comes with the territory. You can't be like me on Instagram and YouTube telling my story, my opinion, just for shits and giggles, right? So as a media professional like myself, I think it's only right to mention these type of stories, man. As Steph Saucy Talk always does different types of stories, but really important ones and really controversial ones. And like today, I had to talk about Tiger Woods. I had to talk about Jonathan Majors. These are altering stories that are changing people's view on each other, right? Starting with Jonathan Majors, as I spoke about early in the broadcast, to now Tiger Woods, ultimately ending his partnership with Nike. After overmaking, according to Fox Sports, he made over $750 million. $750 million with Nike. That's incredible for one man to attain all that wealth and still was making money on the course, being one of the biggest guys. So that's some dope shit, man. I mean, I don't know how these guys deal with all these millions. How do they do it? So the partnership just ended, and we don't have any more information than what we already know. Tiger Woods being there for over damn near 20-something years. And now it's it. And now, as you see, the PGA Tour is starting to have an agreement with the Saudis, and that's a big deal because we all know about Saudi Arabia. A lot of the people that they've been saying, been accusing them. Of course, we all know about 9/11, one of the most tragic days in New York history. So for them now to all of a sudden to be hand grabbing money from these people, it's a bit shady, and a lot of people are outraged by this situation. So the PGA Tour needs Tiger Woods as the face of the tour because at one point he was about to merge over to LIV, the new form golf league, which is funded by the Saudis. We're talking about he almost had a chance to make $700-something million to leave PGA Tour. But the brand itself will never go anywhere. Tiger Woods believes in the brand. Anything he commits to, he's committed to. And like they always say, don't bite the hand that feeds you. And for a lot of years, these guys been getting that bag from the PGA Tour, and then all of a sudden they just left. They said that's it. But that's okay. That's life. Money begets money, if you know what I mean. So this is Steph Saucy Talk with your guy, Steph Saucy. Some call me Steph, some call me Saucy, B Money or B Chillin'. It's all the same, but the broadcast isn't today. It's a different one. It's a very controversial one today, people.
Ooh, saucy.
That's who I am. I am saucy, by the way. So the broadcast is going to be short today, but I do want to thank you for tuning in, and I do want to leave you with a message that I'm going to end off today's broadcast with. All right, and I have it written down. It's one of the quotes of the day, as you may say. All right, that I want to leave you with until we speak again next time, which, of course, it's going to come very soon. And I'm going to be posting my videos again on my YouTube Shorts and on Instagram Reels, so pay attention for that. So today is about discipline. What it is, and I follow this page on Instagram called Motivation Mystery. Discipline is explaining to your brain every day that you need to sacrifice. Sacrifice is very important now in anything we do. Immediate pleasures to receive greater rewards in the future. Mic drop right there. All right? Sacrifice the immediate pleasures so that way we can have all we need in the future. Just to sum it up, people. So as I leave you today with that message, stay motivated. I will be back for another broadcast to show to the world what Steph Saucy Talk is going to be doing. And also, that's the latest update for my show as I'm leaving you with a quote of the day. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you received it. But I'm out of time. All right? I'm about to do what I got to do and get ready for another work week from your boy, Steph Saucy. Enjoy the rest of the day. And we'll talk again. Always, this is Steph Saucy Talk. Tune in for another episode. Peace.